6 years ago, the Bulls had the fourth pick. They picked a young forward and called him the future. His name? Patrick Williams. Today, that name is a joke. And guess what? The Bulls just did it again. Fourth pick. This time, it's Caleb Wilson.
I expect to have Rookie of the Year, honestly. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do what it takes. I feel like the team is really good for me and how I envision to play. And I know I'm a hard worker, so whatever I need to fix it and work on throughout the season and before the season, I'm going to work on it so I can be a great player.
Another young forward, another top pick. Sounds the same, right? It's not, and it has nothing to do with the player. It's about who's picking him. Bulls fans, you know this story. Every summer, someone says this year is different. New players, new energy, same old 40 wins. So if you're rolling your eyes, fair enough. But this time really is different. The Bulls didn't just change players, they changed everyone in charge. New front office, new coach, and the new boss, he's already getting huge praise. He found Dyson Daniels, Trey Murphy, and Herb Jones, all before he ever touched Chicago. This isn't the same people hoping for a new result. This is a whole new plan. So this isn't a grade the pick video. This is proof. Chicago finally changed the people making the decisions, not just the players on the floor. Keep watching. You'll see why this reset actually means something. Here's the truth. The people who started this mess are the same ones who began fixing it. The last time Chicago won more than 41 games was 2021-22, Billy Donovan's second year, Arturas Karnisovas's second year too. That was also their last playoff trip. For a while, things looked great. DeRozan, Caruso, and Lonzo Ball came in. They started 26-10. It was magic. But it all depended on one thing: Lonzo Ball's knee. When Lonzo went down, so did the Bulls. They haven't hit 40 wins since. 4 straight seasons stuck in the worst spot in the NBA. Not good enough to make the playoffs, not bad enough to land the top pick. To be fair, Karnisovas did eventually tear it down, just 3 years too late. And it was partly his own mess to clean up. His first big move was a 2020 draft. Fourth pick, he chose Patrick Williams. Right after him, Denny Abdia, Tyrese Halliburton at 12, Tyrese Maxey at 21, Desmond Bane at 30. Williams never became the star Chicago needed, and still in 2024, they gave him $90 million anyway. Fans couldn't believe it. Then came the Vucevic trade. In 2021, Chicago sent Wendell Carter Jr. and 2 future first-round picks to Orlando for Nikola Vucevic. He had good moments, but giving up that much for one player still haunts his front office. Eventually, reality hit hard. Before this year's trade deadline, the Bulls blew it all up. Gone. Kobe White, Vucevic, Dosunmu, Horder, Terry, and Phillips. In came Jaden Ivey, Rob Dillingham, Colin Sexton, Anthony Simons, and a pile of second-round picks. That's a lot of guards, and Ivey is already gone after controversy around his health and his comments. Even ignoring that, Dillingham, Sexton, and Simons overlap a ton. But finally, there was direction. It started when Josh Giddey came in for Alex Caruso. Then the deadline made it official. This was a full teardown. Notice something? Not one first-round pick came back in any of it. Karnisovas defended it, said he had no regrets. Ironic, since for years he downplayed draft picks. Then suddenly he called them currency. Too little too late, fans said, and ownership agreed. In early April, with 4 games left, the Bulls fired both Karnisovas and GM Mark Eversley. That's how frustrated things had gotten. The Reinsdorf family has owned this team since 1985. They're famously hands-off. Not this time. Weeks later, they lost their coach too. The Bulls wanted to keep Billy Donovan. He said no. After 6 years, he walked away. For a moment, Chicago had no front office and no coach. That moment didn't last. The Bulls found 2 new leaders, and fans finally have something they haven't felt in years: hope. Bulls CEO Michael Reinsdorf says it took just 2 minutes to know Bryson Graham was the guy. They had dinner the night before his interview. Reinsdorf knew instantly, and he wasn't the only one. Everywhere Graham went, people reached the same conclusion. Knee injuries ended his playing days at Texas A&M early, but that's when coaches noticed something else: his mind for the game. Grant's career started at the bottom with the New Orleans Hornets, unpacking boxes, picking up lunch, cleaning up. Whatever they needed, he did it. Then his big break came. Coach Monty Williams made him video coordinator, even with 0 experience. From there, he never stopped climbing. His reputation grew fast. When David Griffin took over, one name kept coming up: Bryson Graham. Griffin quickly saw why. He promoted him, trusted him, leaned on him, and it worked. By the time Chicago called, Graham was already known as one of the sharpest talent evaluators in basketball. He was GM in New Orleans, then a top executive in Atlanta. But titles don't tell the whole story. Every executive claims they can find players. Graham actually has the resume. Even before becoming GM, insiders say he basically ran the Pelicans draft room. Then in Atlanta, he helped build a roster that got instantly stronger, including a trade that fleeced his old team. When the Bulls announced his hire, they listed the players he helped find: Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Najee Marshall, Jose Alvarado, and Dyson Daniels. Only Daniels was a lottery pick. The rest, middle first round, second round, or undrafted. Finding stars is nice. Finding hidden gems everyone else missed, that's how you build something that lasts.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Caleb Wilson from the University of North Carolina.
Now everyone in Chicago wants to know, did Graham do it again? Look at who he picked. There was clearly a plan.
As an organization, we get to welcome Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain.
With pick 4, the Bulls grabbed North Carolina forward Caleb Wilson. At number 15, they followed it up with Texas wing Dalen Swain.
When he sets a ball screen, he gets out of it really quickly with his mobility.
Wilson knocks it down. Longhorns. Wilcher to Swain. Swain downhill, jams it home.
The message was clear: versatility, toughness, defense, athleticism, two-way upside. Graham wasn't drafting for the roster he inherited. He was drafting for the roster he wants to build. Big difference. He walked into a team full of shaky shooting and mismatched pieces. Giddey and Trey Jones in the backcourt, Schmolders on the wing. He could have patched holes. Instead, he swung for upside. Fixing someone else's roster is easy. Building your own identity is hard. Wilson and Swain aren't the same player, but they fit the same vision. Wilson is a freak athlete at 6'10". He lived above the rim at North Carolina. Fast in transition, strong in the post, relentless attacking the basket. And yes, the Patrick Williams comparison is unavoidable. Same pick, same position, same year type. But here's the difference. Wilson actually dominated in college. This isn't just a bet on raw tools. Before a hand injury ended his season, he averaged 19.8 points and 9.4 rebounds, scored in double figures every single game he played, 11 double-doubles. Swain brings something different: experience. 99 college games, 72 starts. At 6'6" with a near 6'10" wingspan, he averaged 17.3 points and 7.5 rebounds at Texas, constantly attacking the rim. He's exactly what winning teams want: a wing who guards multiple spots, handles the ball, and impacts the game without needing plays run for him. Chicago's had rough draft nights before. Back in 2018, they picked Chandler Hutchison over Jalen Brunson, who went 11 picks later. Graham doesn't face that same pressure. A rebuilding team gets more room to make mistakes. But the faster these picks pay off, the faster Chicago gets back to real basketball. And Graham has already shown his vision. After trading for 6'11" center Nick Claxton, he doubled down by drafting Wilson and Swain. Add that to Giddey and Buzelis. One clear plan: size, length, athleticism, physicality. For years, the Bulls looked lost. Now, finally, they look like they know exactly what they're building. And even their new coach fits the vision. In mid-June, Chicago hired 6'11" former NBA center Tiago Splitter as head coach. He spent last season in Portland, stepping in as interim coach after Chauncey Billups' arrest. Under Splitter, the Blazers went 42-39 and made the play-in as a 7 seed. But the record isn't why Graham hired him. Splitter's known for adapting to whatever roster he's given. As an assistant in Brooklyn, he helped develop Jarrett Allen. In Houston, he was key to Alperen Sengun's growth. And when he ran his own teams, he never forced a system. In Paris, he inherited a fast, guard-heavy roster, so he let them play fast. He guided them to the EuroLeague playoffs. In Portland, same story. He built around Denny Avdija's strengths, pushed downhill attacks, and made Donovan Clingan a rebounding anchor. Splitter said it best: you don't force players into your system, you build your system around your players. That's exactly why Reinsdorf wanted him. Reinsdorf praised his basketball IQ, his curiosity, his competitiveness, and how well he connects with players. But most of all, his vision. But how you want to build a program, you know you're starting from the right place. For the first time in years, Chicago doesn't just have new leaders. Everyone is finally pulling in the same direction. This isn't a couple new players and a fresh banner. This is a full teardown, front office, bench, roster, rebuilt from scratch with an actual plan. Are they contenders yet? No. Reinsdorf still owns the team. They didn't land the truckload of picks, but for the first time in a long time, the Bulls are actually interesting. And in this league, that's where it all starts. Where do you see the Bulls finishing next season? Lottery, play-in, or a sneaky top 6 surprise in the East? Drop your prediction below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. See you next time.